What are we talking about today? The Rolex Datejust in 36mm, the perfect size again, in 2017. Hi everyone, today I'm drinking Illy's Dark Roast Espresso. Cheers. Alright, for a while, for an entire decade or so, size mattered to us. We outgrew the classic sizes of watches and started to prefer giant wall clock sized watches. There was a time when 40mm, i.e. the Rolex Submariner, was considered huge. Then we started seeing and preferring watches that were 46, 52, 55, even 60mm on wrists that weren't suited for these sizes. Why? Who told us that the Datejust 36mm was too small and suddenly considered a unisex watch? Someone must have, because we believed it. Some of us were waiting for watch sizes to come back down in size, but that wasn't happening, and new watch manufacturers were born, taking advantage of the new watch trend. Even Rolex thought the big watches were a trend, and nobody tells Rolex what to do, a lot like nobody tells Apple what to do, right? Not exactly, because as they realize the consumers are the ones who dictate the watch size, and as a consumer, I welcome back the 36mm Rolex Datejust. Actually, the decrease in watch size has been steadily developing over the past couple of years. Here we're going to discuss why the Rolex Datejust 36mm is the perfect size again. Here is why I feel the Rolex Datejust 36mm was never too small. But now look at these classic pictures of us wearing the Rolex Datejust 36. It hardly looks out of place. In fact, it looks downright awesome. We can take a cue from the fashion world. If we look back on fashion and pictures make us laugh in embarrassment and causes us to say, "Oh, I can't believe I look like that. I can't believe I ever wore those." Or most famously, "Look at my hair in this picture." We get a good nostalgic chuckle. Good times. But it may also mean we were wrong. But we can't see it in the moment, only time will tell by way of pictures. The same holds true for our watches. Yup, that's yours truly, rockin' the mullet. Panerai, who once made watches for the Italian Navy divers, burst onto the scene as their sheer size of their watches caught the attention of watch fans. The Luminor Marina was bigger and badder than anything else out there. Early devotees had their shirt cuffs tailored to accommodate the beefy new behemoth. The fashion world wasn't ready for watches of this size. If you ever wondered why modern watches are so big, thank Panerai. Fast forward several years later to the present, where Panerai's major news this year is the Luminor's drastic slim down of 10.5mm, which represents a 40% decrease in the thickness of the iconic Luminor 1950 case design, thus signaling the end of an era of substantial sized watches. For those of us who've already had a Datejust 36, it's time to again enjoy, appreciate, and rekindle our love for this beautiful sized watch. Even this guy does.
Me the Speedmaster man on the fucking moon!
Yep, he loves his Datejust 36. The Datejust 36mm was never a trend. The bigger watches were the trend. Yes, Mr. T's Gold President's 36mm is decked out in bling, but it's still at 36mm, and it fits great on one of the toughest men in the world. I dare anyone to tell Mr. T his watch is too small. I've always felt something special about my Datejust 36, as it was acquired around 2004 at the height of the big watch boom. Yet, there was just something about it that felt right amidst its peers. And today, the 36 looks better than ever. This isn't only about the Datejust 36. It's actually about any small watch that maybe some of us felt uncomfortable about wearing because of all the big watches that were surrounding us. It's just time to feel comfortable about yourself and enjoy a classic size watch if that's something that you've always wanted. For example, like a simple Casio like this. It's small, but it still looks great. For those of us who put the Datejust 36 on the bottom of the watch box or gave it to a female friend, it might be time to wear it once again without feeling dainty, although the latter part might be a little tricky. And to further support the trend of decreasing watch sizes, according to a recent Forbes issue, women watches by Baume Mercier, Christian Dior, Longines, Movado, etc. are also going smaller, which could lead to women who wore the Datejust 36 to reconsider what they wear. It's a little too early for a nostalgic look at those of us wearing oversized watches, but I feel pretty confident that those who wore their watches to the point where the lugs were jetting past the wrist bone will one day see it as this. No, I don't think it'll be actually that drastic. It appears almost every men's watch company is churning out smaller ones, either in diameter or thinner, and getting back to its roots. For those of us who are glad for the move, it's time to once again rejoice in the iconic and legendary Rolex Datejust 36. I'm not making any predictions about the future of watch sizes or putting down oversized watches. I think it makes sense, for example, for a diver's watch or a pilot's watch to have enough size to be clearly legible. I don't think Rolex will decrease its new 40mm Air King back down to its original 34mm size, but I also don't think Rolex will introduce us to bigger watches than their current lineup. It might be fair to say that the bubble for oversized watches has burst, but for most of us, including me, who went the way of a few large watches, it was more out of fashion and surrendering to clever marketing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time.